That's what I expected.
What is good, my pack rats? Thanks for joining me on another pickups video. This one is crazy, my friends. Insane in the membrane. And when I say that, I mean like kind of insane, not really that much. But it is the first time that I picked up a huge lot of PlayStation 1 games. Now, there is a lot of filler stuff in there, but there's also a pretty decent amount of fun games in there too. And I will go over with you guys maybe a fraction of that stuff so you're not sitting here and watching me go through the football, soccer, and golf games that came as a plethora of the PlayStation 1 stuff. You can see right underneath my little pack man right there, the ghost, is part of the PS1 set, and all the other stuff is here in front of me. So we've got a lot of PS1 games to go over on the pickups. But before I get into that, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know when I make videos, and I will try to get something out every single week. If I don't blame me. It's a crazy world out there. I got a life. Well, sometimes. Anyway, I have a quick response to my buddy Matt over on the Chillscissors channel, and he asked, what drives you to collect video games? Now, I've actually already done a response to this video in one of my earlier videos, which you guys can click on here, which talks about why we collect, and I still stand by that. I collect because of the memories. I collect because of the nostalgia that come along with getting all of these games. I have every single memory that I have of playing video games has some type of connection with some of the games in this room, and that's where it means the most to me. So what it has done is once I started getting into collecting, it got me into games I had never heard of before, and then I wanted to kind of reach out and find more of these awesome games in the libraries of all of these consoles. So in turn, that has turned me into a collection of about 3,000 games, which I didn't expect, but it happened anyway, and now we're here and I have games to play, hopefully for the rest of my life. So Matt, thank you for hitting that question out to our gaming community. If you guys didn't hear Chillscissors' question, it was, what drives you to collect? So if you guys are watching this, hit me a comment down below, let me know, and head over to his channel and sub to him. Let's get on with these pickups. Let's do it. Okay, I'm gonna go with a cool one here. This was actually just a quick trade that I had with my buddy. This is from Iowa Retro Gamer Dad. Zach over there, his channel is awesome. He does game reviews, teardowns and rebuilds of stuff, and then he also has been doing these hot challenges. So if you guys want to see somebody in pain while they're playing video games, go check his channel out too. He gave me a little card inside this trade. It's so sweet there, his little logo. And then he hooked me up with the Street Fighter Assassin's Fist DVD. So excited to, I want to say that I've seen it, but I don't know. So again, Zach, thank you for that one, brother. And then also added to my Genesis collection, this is The Adventures of Mighty Max on the Genesis. Loose, straight trade, hooked him up with Time Splitters 2, so hopefully you're enjoying that, buddy. And again, thank you for the awesome trade. Next, I frequent sometimes the Target, and I picked up these Switch games recently, and I have kind of neglected the Switch, so I need to get better at it. But my first pickup was Harvest Moon Light of Hope. I am not a huge Harvest Moon fan, but they had it on sale for 20 bucks, and anytime you find a $20 Switch title, you better pick that sumbitch up. Next Switch game, this guy is a bittersweet pickup, my friends. This is Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. And as you know, 2020 is basically canceled, so that includes the Olympics. So this is Mario and Sonic competing at the Tokyo 2020 Games, which is now the Tokyo 2021 Games, which I think in my head of heads, I was thinking, man, that might be valuable someday, but also I've collected almost all the other ones, so it made a lot of sense to just have it in the collection, but it'd also be a piece of history, because when we need to talk to our kids about 2020 down the road, we're gonna have to pour a shot before we see it going. So those are my Switch pickups. Next, this was a Facebook deal. They were selling their 64 collection. Now, I am working on two things, guys. I'm working on a Nintendo 64 collection video for you. It is the entire N64 library. I'm really close. I'm only about, I want to say 20 titles away, which is funny because I'm about 20 titles away from my GameCube exclusive and Xbox exclusives collection too, but I was able to add some 64 games to my collection. So that first one is Rat Attack. I have Rat Attack on the PS1. I still haven't gotten a chance to try it, so let me know down in the comments if Rat Attack is any good, but that is one that I've gotten to add to my N64 full set collection. Next was one that I thought I had in the collection, but I didn't apparently, and that was Winback. And I remember playing Winback and Winback 2 right at the same time as GoldenEye and Perfect Dark, and it felt like it was in that same vein, but it was a third-person action game. So if you guys haven't tried Winback, it's a interesting one for the N64. And then last but not least on the 64 is World Driver Championship, most likely a filler title to get that complete collection. If you guys are a fan of this game, let me know, because I am not familiar with it. I was a Top Gear Rally guy and Adventure Beetle Racing. Those were awesome racers, in my opinion. So, not to mention you've got every cool karting game came out on the 64 that I can think of, which I can only think of 2 right now for some reason. I know there's more. I guess I call Pod Racer a kart racer. There, we do this. I've got a question for you guys. Do you think that Star Wars Pod Racer should be considered a kart racer or a racer or its own genre? Let me know. Next, I hit up a pawn shop and picked up some things people just left behind during the madness, and I am not going for an exclusive collection on the 360, but I am trying to pick up the only on 360 games when I find them. So this is Infinite Discovery on the 360, an RPG slash action strategy, I think, from Square Enix. I didn't get to play this one on the 360. I was too busy playing Call of Duty back in the day. And then next I've got Gun. This one was a precursor to Red Dead Redemption. Now, it's not from the same people, but it still had kind of that same Wild Wild West vibe. So Gun is a fun one if you haven't tried it, and I know the GameCube version is sought after more than others. One I've never played, it looks like a garbage title, but this is Blowout, and anytime I see a GameCube title for, what did I get this one for, $3 or $4, I'll just pick it up, because GameCube games are getting harder and harder to find. Then I picked up Start Party. I right now am working on a collection for the PlayStation only and PlayStation Move titles. God knows why, but it's like once you realize that you have so many of them, it's like, well, I might as well complete the set, because that makes so much sense. And the Start Party was one that I grabbed for 50 cents. Why not? If my daughter has a little bit of fun with it, then it was worth it for 50 cents. And my last PlayStation game that I got, guys, was Worms Revolution Collection. Now, there is an amazing story about this game. When I was in college with my broskies, that was the game that we threw down on with couch co-op, and also one of the first multiplayer games I played back in middle school was Worms. So every time there's a new iteration of Worms, I always want to pick it up, and this one has Worms 2 Armageddon and Worms Revolution both on it. Every Worms game I have absolutely enjoyed, except for the 3D Worms games. Those are strange to me. 2D all day long, Worms, bazookas, rockets, holy hand grenades. You guys know what I'm talking about. Worms, get it, play it. If you haven't, man, you are missing out on the Worms. That leads us to a couple fun things that I have been eyeing for quite a while, and I haven't pulled the trigger on them. Mainly, they're kind of expensive. They're around $20 to $30, which isn't bad, but all they do is hold controllers, and that is the characters licensed for the Cable Guys. And this is the Spyro the Dragon one. He's able to hold a controller. I actually have had him holding my PSP for a while now. And I just thought these were the coolest things. They are really high production quality. He looks exactly like Spyro, and it holds a controller. But a very, very cool thing to add to the game room. Adds a little bit of aesthetic that you might enjoy, especially if you're a Spyro fan. And then, because I picked him up, I decided to also pull the trigger on this one. It was clearanced at Target, and that is Boba Fett, and he can hold also all sorts of controllers, remotes, and handheld consoles. And this is a very, very cool one. Again, they do not charge anything, but they are very cool for setting up in the room, especially if you would like to display certain things in your collection, i.e. controller, handheld, you name it. But man, these are very, very cool. I have them flanking one of my shelves, and they kick ass. My goodness, it is time to get in to this PlayStation freaking pickup, guys. This is absolutely insane. I'm gonna do everything I can to make it as brief as possible, and I will even use in-camera tricks to get this going. So bear with me. We'll walk through this freaking PlayStation lot. Crazy. Okay, here's the first stack, and I'm literally spitfiring through this pickup, but this is crazy, guys. So first was Sabrina, the Teenage Witch. I know you guys all had this one in your collection, for sure. Cleopatra's Fortune. Wonder what's in her cave. Ballistic. This game is basically like Zuma for the PlayStation 1. Grid Runner. By the way, all of these are black label, so anybody that's looking for a complete PS1 collection or PS1 set, hit me up. I've got a lot of these games that I'm not going to be keeping, and they are meant for your library, my friends. Then we've got Extreme Pinball, Sport Superbike 2, Rascal, NHL 2000. Man, these are some of the best hockey games when they first came out too. I didn't know, but apparently Arthur has a racing game. This is Arthur's Ready to Race. All-Star Racing 2. Backyard Soccer. Looks kind of cute. If you guys ever played backyard baseball or basketball, the same style of games. NFL Extreme. This is when Blitz was really hot. NFL Game Day 2005. Power Spike Volleyball, because we all need a good volleyball game. Tiger Woods 2000. Bogey Dead 6. Basically a dogfighting game for the original PlayStation. Formula 1, I already have this game, but this is one of the best F1 games that you can play on the PlayStation. I absolutely love this one. Tiger 99. Tiger Woods 99, my bad. Formula 1 98. NHL Face Off 2001. Ricky Carmichael's Championship Motocross. Namco Volume 1, the Namco Museum. I have Volume 3, so this was nice to add to the collection. And Mission Impossible out of that stack. Then this is one that I actually loved as a kid. Still a great game, but this is WWF Warzone. Treasure Planet, Disney's Treasure Planet. Now, I have not seen this movie. Everybody tells me I should. So let me know down in the comments below if you think that this is a movie I should watch, and then in turn, if I should put the game in. Maybe do some gameplays on some of these fun PS1 titles that nobody cares about anymore. Army Men 3D. I love the Army Men games. Blast Radius. 007 Racing. Vanishing Point. Armyman World War Team Assault. Rallycross. I love the first Rallycross, and I haven't played the second one, so this will stay in the collection since I think the Rallycross games are awesome. I did a video about this already early in my YouTube career, but Caesar's Palace, we used to rent it all the time when I was a kid, and I never played Caesar's Palace 2, so it's probably just as good. You can bet on roulette without losing any money. Need for Speed V-Rally. Obviously, any of the Need for Speed games are a blast. But yeah, I love this. I played it on the computer first, but this is You Don't Know Jack Mach 2. So party game where you basically just answer trivia questions. It's awesome. And then this actually completes my test drive. I was looking for Test Drive Off-Road 3, and now I have all the test drive games in my PlayStation collection. My daughter was so excited for this game. This is Sesame Street Sports. If you didn't know, Elmo rollerblades like a badass in this game. So now it's in the collection, and once I saw the look on her eyes, I can't get rid of it. So there you go. Puzz Inc., a puzzler game. Land Before Time, Big Water Adventure. The Land Before Time movies were awesome. I know the games probably play maybe not so good, but I'm assuming they're just like Aladdin or Lion King. I'm probably giving it way too much credit. It's probably terrible, but I just probably give it a shot. The Land Before Time, Return to the Great Valley. Sesame Street, Elmo's Number Journey. Sims, what is this called? Sims Theme Park. So if you guys like the Thimth, Olympic Soccer, I'm probably never gonna play this one. Soviet Strike. Oh, by the way, if you guys didn't know, these green labels mean they were greatest hits, and some of them were greatest hits, some of them weren't, but they still got a green label, which means a bunch of people bought them. Not sure if that means it was a good game or not. UFC, Ultimate Fighting Championship, the OG, and then Kart World Series. And then, guys, this is the last stack of the ones that are worth something. Everything else is literally golf, sports, and other games out there. But next is Saltwater Sport Fishing. Then I think it's Beyblade. Never got into the Beyblade series. SpongeBob in Super Sponge. The SpongeBob games, for some reason, hold value. If you guys don't know, check all of your SpongeBob games on your PlayStation, Xbox, and GameCube, and you'll be surprised some of them go for a decent amount. The Powerpuff Girls. This is Chemical X Reaction. Is that right? No, Extraction. Wow, I need to learn how to read. Hello Kitty Cube Frenzy. Centipede. Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX. This was the answer to Tony Hawk, but for BMX riding, and this was a blast to play. Crime Killer. Dave Mira competing with Matt Hoffman on the BMX. Great Valley Adventure Racing. So this is a racing game for Land Before Time. Armyman 3D. Test Drive 4. Seriously, I'm not kidding, guys. It was a big pickup. It was huge. Kiss Pinball on the PlayStation. I played this game all the time on the computer. This was Forsaken. You basically are cruising around on a ship, and it plays a lot like Unreal Championship. It plays a lot like Unreal Championship. Then 007, Tomorrow Never Dies. And then last but not least, a wrapped up one, Super Bubble Pop, still sealed. And I have no idea if this is any good. And then some gems of the gems. We've got Crash Bandicoot Warped. And a game I've been looking for a long time for, guys, and that is Bust a Groove. This guy holds about a $50, $60 value. It is a rhythm dance game, and your job is just to hit the appropriate arrows and buttons during the music's transition and tempo. It is very fun, but you have to play it on original CRT because your lag will be too difficult to make sure that your timing is right on this game. But very fun. This is a hidden gem. If you didn't know about it, give it a shot. Wow, that is a lot of PlayStation 1 games. That total with those PS1 pickups as well as behind me is about $700 in PlayStation 1 games, which is insane. And I got all of them for about $1 a piece. So good deal on my end. If you guys like what I got going on, you like my silly content, make sure to hit that sub button. Go check out my friend Chillscissors. Make sure to sub to his channel. Give him some love. If you guys like Xbox stuff, he has an awesome Xbox collection, an awesome GameCube collection. So you can dive into that a little bit. Also, if you guys need a little bit more Pac-Man, I am actually going to be on the 857 podcast, which is going to be sometime in June. So look out for that. Go check those guys out. Make sure to sub to them, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Later, Gators.